Welcome back. This is Piscifun Chaos 60, which is a 6000 series. This is the second reel in my little bit of a series here on cleaning reels. I've had this about a year, not sure how long exactly, but this I use this all year on the Ohio River, and it's a pretty good reel. Casts good, solid. There's no play in it, while you're fishing. So I'm going to go ahead and try to take this apart fairly quickly. The last video was 24 minutes long. Let's see if we can beat that. This is a little bit more complex inside, but easier in other places. Again, I'm going to take it apart, and one bad thing, or not bad, but this E-clip right here is extremely small. The head on the shaft is bigger than the slot, so you got to use something really sharp to get it off. There, I did get it this time. I took one of these apart before, and I actually lost one of these E-clips. It went into another dimension. I use magnets, everything on my carpet, everywhere, and I never found it. This reel, like I say, this reel's never been apart. I want to kind of speed this up. I don't want to make this a real long video. Most of this stuff's fairly simple. If you've ever had a reel apart before, you can do all this. I'll show you the differences in an Abu Garcia 6500 and this once I get in there. I want to go ahead and take this apart. I was a little jittery on the 6500. I hadn't done a video in a long time. Plus I had 2 cups of coffee, which I did the same thing this morning. Okay, this thing should pull off. Got a lot of threads on them. Okay. One difference here is the anti-reverse actually just slides in and out, so it's not pressed in like on an Abu. All the parts are about the same, a little bit different. Clutch pack looks about the same. Now here's a different part. This has 3 springs here. You want to make sure you don't lose these. They just are laying here in the top. Then this gear slides out. This is just like the Abu. It's got the same design, but it doesn't have the tripod support there. So that's a little bit, you can get to this area a little bit better. Now, their grease looks like Vaseline almost. I'm not sure what it is. Or it's just a clear grease. They got it really caked on here, but it doesn't do anything caked on like that. Okay. Well, actually, this does come off right now. So we'll go ahead and pull that off there. Now they just have 2 of these for casting. The spool is bigger, and it holds more line. This is a 30-pound either slime line or Berkeley chrome. I use both those. The shaft pulls out just like, no, I guess it doesn't pull out. Must be pressed in there. Like I say, it's the first time I've really had this part, this reel. The other one I didn't. I took it apart, but you can see they don't have any grease at all on the clicker. They've got a little bit on the level wind gear. So we'll set that over here. And we're going to get down to the parts were a little bit different here in a second. A lot different. I took the other one apart a couple weeks ago, I guess. So I want to make sure the level wind or the clicker is instead on the side here, it's on the front. That's about the only thing I don't like on here is it's on the side. And you have a tendency to push that up when you're going to cast, and then you have the clicker on when you cast. That's the only thing I really don't like about that. Okay, here's this part. If you remember, this has the support for the end of the shaft, and they do have the level wind gear with a E-clip on it. So we'll take that apart later. I'm trying to keep the video down. Now this has 3 of the black plastic spacers. And this piece here looks almost identical to the Abu Garcia. Just got to make sure you get all those back on. Now here's a big difference in this and an Abu. Is this has 3 shafts for the level wind, and all of them have E-clips. One here is really small. It's a micro E-clip. That's the one I lost. You have to pull this shaft out to get the pawl out. So we'll try to do that and see if I lose this one. I looked everywhere. I used magnets. Let's try a little screwdriver. That one came out okay. It didn't go flying into another universe. So this one here, it pulls out, and then your pawl will come out of that square hole there. That's how you get the pawl out. Now, I don't think I'm going to take this thing much farther apart on this video. I do have some E-clips coming from the internet, hopefully a pack of them that's going to fit that. Now I'm looking here at their gear here. It's got heavy grease on it. It's that clear grease. But everything's nice and clean. I mean, I use this thing all year. I don't know if I want to take much more of it apart. I guess I could take that part. I don't want to lose any more of these things. Oh, there it is. It popped. Has a washer behind it. And a washer at this end. Basically like an Abu. Now this doesn't have a bearing at the end of it like an Abu. This has just a plastic bushing or a little sleeve that goes in the end of it. And you can see it's got its heavy grease. I'm not going to take the other one apart. I can clean everything from there, and then I can slide it all back together. So basically that's taking the Piscifun Chaos XS 60, which is a 6000, all the way apart. I think the rest of it, taking that apart, is pretty self-explanatory. So I'm going to clean this, re-grease it, and we'll do a second video later like I did on the other one. Thank you for watching. Interesting facts here about the level wind. the end of that shaft has the little gear, has a little pin in it like a trolling motor, and that thing does fall out. If you take the E-clip out and pull it out of there, the gear will come off, and you got to be careful you don't drop that little bitty pin out of there. And also, I'm kind of putting it back together a little bit right now. The pawl, when it goes in, drops in there. It has two little bitty washers, shims, that almost like confetti, that come out with it. So you got to be really careful. And I got a little bit of grease between them right now so they won't fall apart. So I'm just going to drop them in there. And then you have a little plastic sleeve that goes sideways in there. And then this pin goes through that plastic sleeve. It goes down to the other end. So that locks it in. Then you come over here and you put the little bitty E-clip in there. This is the micro one that I lost a couple weeks ago, or last week, or whenever it was. Uh-oh. It just went ping again. Couldn't have gone far. Oh, there it is. It's right next to it. It's got some grease on it. Let's see if I can use something else a little bigger. There it is. Woo! Thought I was going to have to wait for another one from the internet. So there it is. I guess that shims the depth of the pawl against the shaft. So it's nice and smooth, and I'll put a little bit of this synthetic oil on there. And I'll keep up on that every few weeks or every month, fishing. But nice and smooth. So that is the level wine. A little bit different. You just got to be careful you don't lose the parts on it. The little pin right there comes out. So kind of prefabbing some of this, and I'll come back for the rebuild. Ready to put it back together. I showed you a minute ago about the level wine. So we're going to go ahead and start putting it back together. This is just like the one on the Abu. Slides in there like this. This is the support. I like this. It's nice, and the shaft does support into this, and I greased it. Oh, gotta put the spacers. One spacer is a little bit longer than the others, so it's going to fit on there. It's actually the first time I put one together, so I've been messing with them. Put a little bit of grease on it. That's all there is on this end. Just real simple. I put a little bit of the oil on there. I grease this. I put a little bit of oil in the end of the shaft. So this one's ready to go on. We're going to try to go a little faster here because I don't want to stretch this thing out forever. Everything was in great shape except for one clutch, or the clutch pack. One of the carbon fiber was a little bit frayed on the outside, but they were completely dry. And I did put the grease designed for those clutches. I put that grease on them. Again, just like the 6500, you can't really see it. Now, one thing here is these spin. You may have to hold on to these things with something. Just gently hold it. Okay, so that end's done. You can see down inside there. Okay, I oiled this. I took these off, put a little bit of dab of grease in there so they won't fall off. I greased the one for the gear, the clicker. I did not because it was not greased before. Fits right in there. Let's see here. This is going to go up. It's going to sit in there like that. Now, this is different than the Abu. This fits over here. The springs had a little bit of grease in them, or Vaseline, whatever the heck it was. So I dabbed a little bit in there. I think I'm just going to hold the springs from falling out or tipping over. Now I greased all this, anywhere that they're going to rub. This is the clutch pack. I did take it apart. Like I say, only one clutch. Had a little bit of fraying on the edges. It was fine. So if you've ever worked on any of these, it's you know how to work on them. From here, it's really the same as a 6500, except for the anti-reverse. And it has a couple other pieces. This is the anti-reverse, and it does just slide in. And here's the other piece that goes for the reversing gear or bearings. Slides right in there. You get it backwards, I'm sure you'll find out. It does have a little washer inside there that fits in there, and this is just makes it click when you turn the drag. I did put a little bit of grease on the plastic teeth in there. All that is just to tell you if the drags get tighter. Just like the 65, it has this clip here facing up with the two sides down. Something right here. Just got to go down farther. There. And here, start clicking. actually the first time I put one completely together. They're new reels to me. I'm going to loosen it up just here. Get the going to put this on. Hopefully I can get it through the hole. See, that thing spins so much easier than a Abu. Brake works good. It's the only thing I don't like about where that's located is on that side like that. When you cast, you have the tendency to hit that and knock it up. And then when you cast, you hear the dreaded, and it only goes about half the distance. That's my excuse. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Hopefully, I think the things I left out is pretty much the same on both reels. So hopefully that helps, and thanks for watching.